right, guys. Today we're going to talk about a real estate agent's favorite topic open houses, right? I mean, literally, you got into this business so you could hold open houses, right? It's not the sexiest thing for real estate agents. However, if done properly, it'll do two things. It'll yield leads, potentially a buyer for your home. Number two, it will show your potential listing, the seller you're trying to list their home, a strategy that probably no other agent in your market is doing. And it's actually a killer strategy. So buckle up because I'm going to show you some stuff you have not seen on YouTube. Guys, I went ahead and jumped on YouTube the other day just to get some ideas about open house strategies that the gurus are teaching. And a couple things that I found is the teachings. There's some that are good. A lot of it is very generic and surface level. And I'm not trying to cut on the gurus, but guys, this is 2023 coming towards the end. Real estate's changing. I mean, I cannot tell you how many of you have been private messaging me. I just had one last night about the quote NAR decisions and buyer agents and all of that. This is a completely different market. What we did 5 years ago and 10 years ago, you better not be doing today, because you're going to get your butt handed to you by really savvy real estate marketers. So while there is good teaching on YouTube on open houses, I'm going to go a completely different methodology that I think, and you know what? After you see this, comment below. Tell me if you think this was a complete BS, or let me know if you thought this had merit and this is something you guys would consider doing. Now, this is part one, because there's two strategies I'm going to teach on, but I'm not going to do both of them on one video. So make sure if you haven't, you hit subscribe, you hit the bell, the notification when I drop a comment, like this video because it helps this video get out there, and then stay tuned because tomorrow I'm going to drop part two, and you want to see that one because I can tell you right now, there's not one video I can find on YouTube that teaches what I'm going to teach on part two to get people coming to your open house. It's quite interesting and it's easy to implement, right? All right, guys, let's get into this. Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly with open houses. You know, when you first get started off or started out in real estate and you go and you park your license with a local, like a brick and mortar store, a lot of times the brokers, especially for new agents, will give you advice, right? This is them trying to help you kind of, get started, right? Make your bones, if you will. And one of the strategies they tell you to do is go. If you're not doing anything every weekend, go sit in open houses. Go to builders. Tell the builder you're willing to do an open house for them on the weekend if they don't have any agents, and you'll sit in one of their model homes or you'll sit in one of their inventory homes and host an open house. Builders will let you do that if you ask properly. Not all of them, but some of them will, especially what we call the pocket builders. These are the guys that are not your Lennar, not your Dream Home Finders, not your Landsea, not your your mainline builders, but builders that are doing like 25 to 50 deals or more, less a year. Those guys would probably love to have you do an open house, right? The broker might say, hey, go ahead and reach out. We've got a couple agents with listings and see if they'll let you do an open house in their home. So those are kind of the two strategies that agents have been told to do. And the problem with that, and don't shout me down when I'm preaching, is most agents, they will go out and find some place to sit for 4 hours on a Saturday or a Saturday, Sunday, or a Sunday, right? And the only people that come through that door are the neighbors next door that were just basically rubbernecking. They just want to see what the home looked like on the inside, right? Maybe come by and get some of them snacks you have, some of the waters that you went and bought. And when you get done with that experience, you do that a couple times, you're like, I ain't never doing this again, right? And I don't blame you. I would never do that again. That's stupid. Yes, I said it. So what we want to do is approach this a different way. We want to treat this like your marketing, right? Like this is an actual business and we need to do something to attract. Like if I were going fishing, I would want to have the best bait. I would want to have a good fish radar finder. I would want all the things that would help me be successful. And unfortunately, to date, here's how realtors have done open houses. They they went to Walmart or whatever, Home Depot, and they went and bought like the cheapest, like, I don't think they sell these at Home Depot, Bass Pro Shop, whatever. And they bought like the cheapest rod and reel. Um, they went and got some of them rubber little wormy things that fish could care less about. And they went and found themselves a pond or a lake nearby, and they went out there at like 9 in the morning, and they started putting the worm in the water. And after a couple hours, nothing. Or if they did catch anything, it was usually like somebody's old dirty sock or dirty underwear or some fish you can't even eat, right? And it leaves you with a frustration. Like, why am I doing this, right? And so those agents typically don't do those anymore, and I don't blame them. What I would do is I would go find a video on what type of rod and reel I need for a specific location. What type of bait do I need? Right? If I'm going to go ahead and get out on the lake, what type of pontoon or what type of kayak or whatever would be the best for the scenario? Then what type of fish radar finder is best for my situation? I would get all that stuff. Then I would go plan a day to go fishing so that when I got home, I could feed my family. Kind of a generic analogy, but it works, right? Well, let's approach the open house the same way. Number one, if you're going to do a successful open house, I'm sorry, you're going to have to spend a little bit of money. There's some things you're going to need to make this a reality. I'll show you what I can use and what I teach my team to use. You're welcome to use what I use. I even have, if you like the softwares that I use, I'll throw some links below. You can get some really good deals on them. You don't have to do this, or you can take what I'm saying and maybe kind of do a hybrid of it. I'll leave that up to you. But if we're going to do an open house, we want to make sure that we have people coming through the open house, correct? So how are we going to do that? So let me share with you one of the things. Now, again, this is part one. There are two places that I go to find potential clients that I want to come to my open house. This is the first one. Tomorrow, I'll drop the video on the second one, right? So you're going to want to make sure you watch that one as well. And with both these strategies, guys, I don't care who you are going to have a killer open house. So let's get started. Let me show you strategy number one. And let's do this. Here we go. All right, guys, if you follow me, you know this is one of those softwares I use, My Plus Leads. I'm not doing a demo of My Plus Leads today. There is a link below, 30-day free trial. Knock yourself out. If you like it, keep it. If you don't, then do something else. But this is what I use. So I had an agent call me the other day and say, hey, I have a family member that's doing an open house. I'm going to help them do it on Saturday. Can you help me spread the word? And so I got into one of my softwares, which I'll show you in a minute, and I generated some assets for them. But one of the things that we need to do is we need to know, okay, who can we invite to the open house? Obviously, you want to invite everybody in the neighborhood. Let me tell you why. There are people in any specific neighborhood farm who have family members, friends, church friends, relatives, work acquaintances. There are people that they have talked to over the last 12 months that might have had a conversation like this. Hey, Jim and Julie, if something comes up in your neighborhood, let me know. I want to move there. Or you might have, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. Hey, man, we want to move and be close to you guys. So what a brilliant opportunity for you to invite them to come to your open house. You might have people in that neighborhood that are renting. Have them come check out your open house. There might be people in that neighborhood that have a larger home, but they love the neighborhood and your home's smaller and they would like to move down. Or they have a smaller home and your home offers them an extra bedroom or two and some other amenities that theirs doesn't. So they might be a move up buyer. Not out of the realm of possibility. So what I did, guys, in this example, here is the particular house I'm talking about. This house has an open house this weekend. I'm using a software called Listings to Leads to generate this, and I'll put a link below on this one. You can get a free trial and check them out. I'm not doing a demo on this. I've got plenty of videos on mine. Just go to my YouTube channel, and then in the search bar, type in Listings to Leads, and you'll see all the videos I have for them that explains how killer their software is. This is one you need. But here, it took me less than 1 minute to import this listing into my account, and now I've got a page that I can share on social media. That's amazing. It even gives me an open house feedback. So anybody that comes to your open house, you can send them this and they get a free downloadable ebook that's branded to you, 6 things to check before buying a house, right? So here's some assets that we can use. Now, in this scenario, I've got this address right here. So what I did, guys, is I went to My Plus Leads and let me scroll out to show you where I'm at geographically. So I live here in Claremont. Here is a city less than 5 miles from Claremont called Mascot near Groveland. This is where this subdivision is on this house. And yes, I'm showing you a real life example. This subdivision is where this house is located. And to give you a little bit more perspective, there's Orlando, here's Disney World. Kind of gives you perspective. But back to this neighborhood. So when I scroll down, what I did is I actually grayed out this neighborhood, which is where the home is located. And I found that there were 153 addresses. It's not a big neighborhood, but it's marketable. So there are 153 families that I literally can invite to my open house, right? Now, just leaving it that is killer. We're going to go a couple steps further. Remember, I told you this is not what you did 5 years ago. This is next level marketing. So guys, now that I have the data, I've got 153 families. Literally all I need to do, and I'm not going to do it because YouTube doesn't allow me to show personal information. But when I generate that list, guys, I'm going to get their name, their physical address, all their contact, including contact phones and emails. Literally an open house marketing list. Go find that on YouTube. I mean, when I saw this the first time, I was like, holy crap. Why are agents not doing this? Right? It's a lack of knowledge. Well, now I just gave you the knowledge. You can use this software to go to any geographical neighborhood, pull that data, and market to them. Now, what can you do with that list outside of open houses? 153 people, send a letter once a month to them or a postcard. Costs you about $70 a month. Market to that neighborhood. Dominate that little neighborhood. And in a year from now, you'll be the only agent. So what if there's only 3 listings a year or 4 listings or 5 listings a year in that neighborhood? You'll get the lion's share of them, right? Become the celebrity agent. Man, imagine doing that 5 or 6 neighborhoods, getting 15 to 20 listings a year off of just minimal budget. Oh my God, I could go on this one, right? Let's get back. It's my ADD talking to me. I've got so much marketing I could go off just on that, but let's focus in, right? So now we've got this list. How are we going to get the message to them? Well, I'm glad you asked. We've got 2 amazing ways for you guys to get your message to them, invite them to your open house. So number 1, do you remember this listings to lead software that I told you about? This thing creates over 100 marketing assets per listing branded to you. One of those is this killer letter, guys. Check out this letter. It's got a picture of the house. And guys, I can print this letter like that. Do you know that home sales over the last 12 months within 2 miles of your home affect your home's value? Blah, 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 blah. Hello, I hope you're having a great week. Just want to let you know that we're having an open house at this address. You can get more information priced by going to, and there is a website. Or if they just simply texted this number to that number, they're going to get a website sent to them with all of the information. They can schedule a private showing, or it will provoke them to come to the open house, right? And if they want a free home value, there's the website. Best wishes. There I am. Oh, happy day. Kelly with eXp Realty. Oh, come on, somebody. Right? I could print that letter. I could go back to this list right here that I'm going to generate. And since there's 153, I know it's a little bit more than 50 cents, but I'll just say it's 50 cents for a stamp. It's like 70, 75 bucks, guys. Literally invite 153 people with this freaking letter. And I didn't have to create it. This asset, because I have an account with Listings to Leads, this asset created this letter and gave me this text to call. And if anybody texted that information, I'm going to get an email and a text immediately. New lead, right? Did you ever think that was possible? Can you imagine your next open house going in and grabbing all that information and send it? Now, Now, if you want to automate it, see, I'm talking about printing that letter 153 times on my printer, self-addressing envelopes, stuffing the envelopes, which I don't mind doing. Okay, that's one thing you can do, and I would recommend doing it. Here's another one, guys. If you follow me, you know that I use Mailbox Power to do all of my direct mail. So here is a sample card that I created. Guys, I created this card in less than 5 minutes. This card cost me about 50 cents to mail. And I'm not even, they're going to print it. I'm not doing it. I just order the card. I attach it to a list and I push go. 70 bucks and this card sent out for me immediately. And guys, watch this. Everybody's name from that contact list, their first name will be put on the card. So Jim or Barbara or Samantha or Bobby, come to our open house on Saturday at the address. Join us for our open house. This home is in your neighborhood. Scan the QR code on the back to see times and more info. They turn the card around. There's a little bit of information. Hey, thinking of selling? My variable commission plan saves thousands over traditional realtor fees. Buying another home after I sell yours? Get a 25% buyer's agent commission. And I just saw a typo, and this is how easy it is to fix. Get a 25% buyer's agent commission rebate. Now, guys, these are my offers. You do whatever you want to do, but imagine not only are you marketing to get them to come to your open house, you're also planting future seeds to call you to list. Now, you see that QR code? When they scan that code, it's going to go to this website. But check it out. As soon as they scan that code, because I have an account with Mailbox Power that allows me to do this, I'm going to get a text and an email. Kelly, Barbara Smith at 123 blah, blah, blah Avenue just scanned your open house card. Here's her phone number and email, right? Holy crap. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to follow up with a video text. Hey, Barbara, Kelly here with EXP. Thank you so much for scanning the code. Yes, you heard that right, Barbara. We are having an open house next Saturday. I would love you to come, shake my hand. I got a couple really cool things I want to give you, and I really would love to get your feedback. Come check out this home. And if you know anybody looking to buy near you, this home is amazing. Barbara, thank you again. I look forward to seeing you guys. Right? Imagine sending that. So you got 158 people in that neighborhood. What if 20 scan it? And you follow up with a text, video text? Oh my God. Are y'all seeing this? Now, can you imagine taking everything I just taught you in 17 minutes, putting that together as part of your listing presentation? By the way, Mr. Jones, when I list your home, let me share with you this really great strategy. Most agents, Mr. Jones, don't even want to do an open house because they just don't work the way that most agents do it. Let me share with you how we do it, Mr. Jones. Dude, you have so got that listing, it's not even funny. I told you I could go like a million different ways with this training, but let's reel this back in, Kelly. let's just make sure that we are on track for what we're talking about. So here we go, guys. So simple. Part one of the open house strategy that will freaking blow it away is getting the data. Once you have the data, initiating a campaign that's going to get people through your door, right? There's one other critical aspect I did not share with you, and I'm glad that I just thought about this before I stopped the video. There's one other thing you guys can do. Do you remember when I told you if I generated that list and I hit the word augment, I'm going to get, of the 153, I will probably have 139 email addresses. So what I'll do is I'll take that list of the 139 and I will instantly, this software will instantly upload the leads both to my Mailbox Power as a list and to my KV Core. So guys, if you have a CRM, now hear me on this one. This My Plus Leads will sync with your CRM. It does it to most CRMs, Chime, KV Core, Follow Up Boss, pretty much all of them. And then they have a Zapier connection that can set up the leads to go into your CRM as well. But guys, I want you to imagine this now. We've talked about a postcard. We've talked about a letter. Can you imagine sending that letter today? They'll get it tomorrow. If you do the postcard, they'll get that in 4 to 5 days. So they've gotten a letter and a postcard, right? So you're going to want to do that strategy a full 7 to 10 days before that open house to allow these assets to get to them. Okay, so now we've talked about a card and a letter. Now watch this, guys. We go back to KV. If I go back to My Plus and I take these leads and I literally send these leads over to my CRM, Then I can come over here to my smart campaigns, and I can either build out a campaign, or I go to my smart CRM, which I don't want to show that to you because I don't want to show you. I can't show you personal information. But once I get that list over to my CRM, I can send an email. And guys, back over here at listings to leads, right? Here's an e-flyer for your database. I simply copy all of this. I can copy every bit of this, or I can send this to my own personal email, copy it, and then go to my KV Core and literally send this. It'll look just like this into the email. And now I can invite them by email to my open house. Now, one little killer ninja strategy beyond this, you have to check with your broker and your state rules. But if my seller is willing to get a gift, let's say they get a refurbished iPad for $100. It looks brand new, it's refurbished, and it didn't cost them much. I mean, you can always reimburse them, give them a seller's agent credit at closing. But I typically don't buy the gift and use it as an inducement. I'll let the seller do it. And then I might say in the email and in those letters, first 50 that show up and register will be in a drawing for a brand new, for an iPad, for a new iPad, right? So again, that is another way to get people excited about coming. You know what? Let's go anyway, babe. We might win an iPad, right? Or we might win this or whatever. And then have your seller at the very end. Remember, anybody that signs up this feedback, let them know when they're there. Hey guys, leave your email right here. I'm going to send you a feedback. By giving me that feedback, you'll be entered in and we will draw that name tonight, right? Whoever wins, we'll just invite them to come over tomorrow and pick up their iPad, right? Holy crap. So there you go, guys. Literally, I just shared with you the golden ticket for open houses. First, you need the leads. You need to have their information. You need to set up your direct mail. I prefer doing a letter because my listings to leads actually created that letter for me. I just have to print it. So I like to do a letter. I like to go into my mailbox power and create a really cool little postcard, send those, and then email. And I might email them 2 or 3 times prior to the main event, right? Now, let me ask you this realistically, no pie in the sky, no bull crap. That strategy, do you think if you employed that, you're going to get people into your open house? Do you think if you employed that a couple times successfully, that if you went to a listing presentation and added that to your what makes you different, that you're not going to literally blow away your friggin' competition, like let's smoke their butts, like these freaking I'm passionate about this. You're competing with these big teams in your area, right? And they go in and, oh, we've sold 300 homes last year, over 400 million, and our average time to sell is this much, and we do this kind of marketing. Imagine going in there and doing your listing presentation and then dropping this on them. Man, you will smoke your competition. This is how you stand apart. This is how you differentiate yourself. All right, guys, that's just part 1. Wait till you see part 2 that you will do as a companion to this. Will blow you away. Absolutely blow you away. Part 2 is killer, and nobody is teaching what I'm going to share with you tomorrow on part 2 for your open houses. What do you guys think? Please drop some comments below. If this was something that just literally resonated, I want to listen. When you go to church, the preacher always loves it when the congregation says, "Preach it, amen, come on, brother, preach it." It just pulls it out of that preacher, right? I ain't no different. Throw me some amens down there, man. Preach on, Brother Kelly. Come on, Ninja Maniacs. I need you. Is this something that resonated with you? Was this valuable for you? Because this is the kind of stuff that I love giving to you guys to help you in this quest to attain as many closings as you possibly can. All right, I'm going to end with this. If you are an agent, it's about that time between now and February, agents start looking at where they're at, what they want to do. If you're an agent and you are pondering making a change, I want to have a Zoom with you. I want to share with you how to 10x your business, how to gain access to things that our team currently has that we give you access to that will help you crush your goals. We're taking agents that partner with us who did 3 or 4 deals last year, and they're doing 15 and 20 this year. We have an agent that was brand new and even left his state that plugged into the free assets and the training and literally the social media empire we gave them, doing $90 million his first year when he transferred to a different state as a new agent. he'll do 100+ million this year. Why? Because there's power in partnership, and without a vision, agents perish. So, guys, I would love to share with you. Jump on my Zoom. Let me share with you what that partnership looks like. My partner, Mike Sherrard, and I have created some amazing software, some amazing tools, some training that literally is cutting edge for 2023 and beyond, and will help you guys if you plug in and you access and do what we train and coach you on. Guys, forget the economy, forget the NAR buyer thing, right? You got a business to run. So if you would like to partner with me and find out how that looks, you want to find out how to become a wolf pack ninja, not only partner with me, but partner with my partner, Mike Sherrard, get on my calendar. I'd love to share how that would work. I'd love to share with you all the assets that we provide you. And I want to find out what your business goals are, right? That's it, guys. Stay tuned. Part 2 is coming up tomorrow.